Alright guys, today I want to talk to you guys about how to get a little bit more of a consistent marketing plan when it comes to your music. That way you're not just posting shit constantly on social media. You're actually able to grow your fan base, you're actually able to get engaged followers, and you're able to take your music to the next level with less time involved. Let's talk about it.
You know that we coming liars. I'ma keep praying to Gaia. Tell those little niggas stop it. Tell my mama that I got this. You know that we coming liar.
What's going on? It's Pimp Fried Rice. Welcome to the Music into Millions podcast, the show where we give independent rappers the tools and resources needed to be successful without waiting on a record label. Like I said in the intro, I want to give you guys a little bit of a marketing plan that's going to actually help to make your posting so much more efficient, and also not just more efficient, but it's also going to be more beneficial because you're actually going to see more results, which is ultimately what we want from when we're posting on social media. And now I'm not going to lie guys, this is not something that I came up with on my own. This is actually something I got from another YouTuber named Adam Ivy. He does a whole bunch of videos on how to market your music, how to grow as a music brand. I highly recommend checking out his channel. I'm going to link it down below, that way you guys can check it out. And I'll link the video that I actually watched that inspired this video here. So the main goal with your social media is you want to spend as little time on there as possible, but get the maximum results. So you don't want to be spending a couple hours per week on your phone just trying to make content, trying to post the content, trying to engage with people about the content. So this marketing plan that I'm going to tell you guys about is actually really going to help you to minimize the amount of time you're spending on your phone. I don't know about you guys, but my phone gives me weekly updates about my average screen time. And oh my god, it is way more time than I should be spending on my phone. And I always justify it like, oh well, most of my business is on my phone. But yeah, no, I'm trying to cut down the amount of time I'm on my phone, and hopefully you are too. That way you can spend more time creating the actual music. So one of the main things that Adam Ivy talks about in his video is he says there are three main things that you need to focus on when it comes to your music brand and your music career. There's content creation, there's business growth, and then there's fan base building. And now content creation isn't creating the music, that's actually creating the content that you post to share your music. Your music is the product that you're trying to get out there, and the content is what promotes that product. The business growth would be just like the actual things that it requires to grow your business. That'd be like figuring out your funding and stuff like that, figuring out your marketing, figuring out the distribution, the publishing. That would be the more business end of things. And then obviously fan base building is focusing on getting fans, nurturing that relationship, really turning them from just a follower into a fan, into a super fan, which is what you want from everybody who comes across your page. Those are the three main pillars that you need to be focusing on when it comes to branding your music and marketing your music. And now the one we're going to be talking about today focuses mostly on the content creation and focuses on the fan base building, not so much on the business growth. I've talked about that in plenty of other episodes, so I'm not going to cover that today. But basically what Adam was talking about in his video is he came up with this great way to figure out if you're actually being efficient when it comes to posting on social media. And so basically the way that you do this is you pull out a piece of paper, and on this piece of paper and you write 4 different quadrants. In one quadrant you write social media, then over here you write website, then on this one you write YouTube, and then on this one you write email list. And now each of these 4 different categories are places where you should be posting frequently, where you should be putting out content in order to get fans. And now what you do is in each of those categories, so for like social media, write down all the social media platforms that you use frequently. So for me, it would be like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, because those are really my main ones. Then under website, that would be obviously if you have a website, so I would put like pimpfriedrice.com, I would put musicintomillions.com, I would put any other websites that I have, any blogs that I'm on if I'm trying to get my music out there into the world. Under YouTube, that would obviously be your YouTube channel, so I would put this YouTube channel under there. Or if you have other YouTube channels, maybe you grow a couple at once, so just put all your YouTube channels in that category. And then lastly would be your email list, which is the people that you convert from just followers on your social media to actually getting their data. They are your fan on your email list that you send out broadcasts to, you send out messages to these people. If you don't know what an email list, that's perfectly fine. I've covered plenty of videos on that. I'll link it. I forget wherever it's at, but one of those places. So then what you do is you go to each of these categories. So you go to social media and you see, okay, how many times did I post on this social media platform in the last 60 days? And now it's going to take you some time to do this, so don't be stressed out. It's better for you to take the time and do this because it's going to make the upcoming weeks be so much more efficient for you. So then you would go and say, okay, I posted on Instagram, I don't know, 50 times in the past 60 days. And then I would go like, okay, I posted on TikTok maybe, 40 times in the past 60 days. Then I posted on Facebook, I have 60 times in the past 60 days. It doesn't matter what the number is, just write down that number for each place. And then YouTube, however many videos in the past 60 days, email list, however many emails you sent in the past 60 days, and your website, however many times you've done like blog posts or put content on your website in the past 60 days. And then once you have all those numbers written out, so you see how many posts you have on each platform, you either put an A next to it or an L next to it. And now A stands for automated, and that's content that you've planned. So if you were like, oh, okay, I know this week I'm gonna put out a photo shoot that I did on my social media, that would be automated content. You didn't just on the spot come up with that. That's something you have planned and it's part of your marketing process and the plan that you're putting forward. Then the stuff that's on the spot, you put an L next to it, which stands for live. And so you would look at all the different content and you would be like, okay, I know this one was planned, put an A next to it. This one was on the spot, I just really liked the way I looked in this photo, put an L next to it. And basically what you're doing is once you compile this list together, is you're trying to see how many posts you had that were automated versus how many posts you had that were live. And the main goal that you're trying to do is you're trying to make all your posts go from being live to being automated. You want all your content to be planned because that's going to take the stress and the headache away from like, oh my God, what should I post today? What type of content should I put out there into the world? You already know, oh, okay, I plan today to put out this infographic that talks about how to network more with people. Cool, I'm gonna post this, not even stressing about it. So that's why we want to take everything from live to automated, because now instead of you sitting there just staring at your phone like, oh my God, I have all these photos, what's actually going to move the needle, what's going to get me more followers, and not just followers but engaged followers. That's what you want to start doing. And when you're posting live, it's a little bit more difficult for you to be like, oh, I know this is going to be really good for engaging with people, or it's going to be really good for converting people into fans and followers. No, you need to plan your content, that way you're getting the most out of the content that you're putting out. And now if you guys want to learn more about the type of content that you want to put out, definitely hit the link down below, which will take you to musicalmarketing.com, which is a course that I put together for independent rappers just like yourself that teaches you how to market your music from ground zero. Like, you'll have even the guys who have no knowledge on how to start marketing their music, you don't know how to post or what to post. I take you from there to the next level to show you exactly what to post, how to post, when to post, why to post it, so that way you guys aren't just doing stuff blindly. It will really take you and your music career to the next level, and it's super easy to follow, super easy to understand. I highly recommend checking out that link down below. But guys, whenever it comes to putting out content, just because you're staying busy, it doesn't mean that you're actually being productive or moving the needle anywhere closer to your goals. Just because you're putting content out does not mean that content is turning people from just viewers and followers into fans. You need the type of content that's going to push them back to your website so they can check out your music. You need the type of content that's going to make people feel like they relate to you and are engaged with you. And when you start to batch your content and actually plan your stuff out, that's when you can have a lot more intention with the stuff that you're posting. That way you're not just like, oh man, well, I hope this works, or I hope that they like this picture of me, or I hope they like this picture of me performing. No, you want to, if you have a tour date coming up, start to, put out pictures of you performing. Start to put out pictures from your last tour. That way people can see these things, get excited, and they're like, you know what, I want to go check out this guy when he performs. Boom, now they buy a ticket and now they're at your show. But when you take all your content and you go from just live on the spot stuff to planning it out and actually having a purpose for it, that's when you're going to really start to see a result on your platforms, on your YouTube, your website, email list, social media. So make sure you guys map out these 4 quadrants, map out all the social media you're using, all the different channels on YouTube, and really just take the time to figure out, is it automated or is it live? Because even though it takes a little bit of time right now, it may take you a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon when you're not working, but it's going to save you so much time throughout the week and in the next upcoming weeks when it comes to planning your content and putting out your content. So with that being said, guys, have a great rest of your day. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not, because like I said, guys, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. We're at like 116 right now, constantly growing. I love it. but I need you guys to help me out. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Join the Music in the Millions family. I'll catch you guys on Friday. Peace.